Hello ladies and gentlemen, andito muli ang inyong kapangarap, kabalitaan at kakampi, Sami Bingwasan Istoke para sa subject na Law Enforcement Organization and Administration. Welcome to the part 4 of this subject now with the title Appointment in the Philippine National Police. Okay? So ano nga ba yung pong mga topics na i-discuss natin dito sa video presentation na ito. Okay? So the topics that will be discussed under this video presentation, first, the general qualifications for appointment in the Philippine National Police. Second, who have the power to appoint PNP personnel. And third, what are the types of appointment in the Philippine National Police? Okay, so excited ka na ba na malaman kung ano yung mga qualification para ikaw po ay ma-appoint sa Philippine National Police? Okay, so before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button. Then hit the all so that you will be notified. No? Pagka-click nyo ng bell button, click nyo yung all para po ma-notify kayo kung meron pong mga bagong video presentation na aking i-upload para dito po sa ating subject na Law Enforcement Organization and Administration. Okay? So, ano nga ba ang appointment? Okay? So, appointment, ladies and gentlemen, is the act of placing a certain person in a job or a position. Yun po yung pagtatalaga ng isang qualified na tao sa posisyon. Okay? So, sa PNP, meron din tayong tinatawag na PNP appointment or yung pong pagtatalaga ng miyembro ng kapulisan sa mga qualified na aplikante. Ayan. Okay? Let us proceed to our main topic, okay, which is the general qualification for appointment in the Philippine National Police. Yan. So ito po yung mga general qualifications or yung pong minimum qualifications for appointment, mga kapangarap, as provided under Section 14 of Republic Act number 8551. Okay, so yung Section 14 ng Republic Act number 8551 inamyendahan yung pong Section 30 ng Republic Act number 6975. Ayan. So ano yung mga qualifications na nakapaloob sa RA number 8551, letter A? Okay, before you will be appointed as member of Philippine National Police, you should be a citizen of the Philippines. Okay, so citizen of the Philippines. So ang citizenship ay pwedeng ma-acquire through naturalized or natural born, no? So yung mga member ng PNP or yung mga nag-a-apply, kailangan po ay natural born Filipino citizen. Letter B, a person of good moral conduct. Yan. So, yung pong ating mga estudyanteng nakikinig ngayon, no, magpakabait kayo para hindi kayo magkaroon po ng hindi magandang records, no? Kasi pagka kayo po ay mag-a-apply sa PNP, then kailangan po kayong mag-submit ng mga clearances na wala po kayong anong ginawang masama, no? Doon po sa eskwelahan kung saan po kayo nag-aral, doon po sa inyong barangay, doon po sa inyong munisipyo, and of course in our country as a whole, kasi kayo po ay re-require na magpapas po ng mga clearances. Okay? Letter C, must have passed the psychiatric, psychological, drug and physical test to be administered by the PNP or by any NAPOLCOM accredited government hospital for the purpose of determining physical and mental health. Diba? So wala kang sakit sa pag-iisip, diba? Wala kang sakit physically. Yan. Then D, must possess a formal baccalaureate degree from a recognized institution of learning. Diba? So, dapat graduate ka ng 4-year degree course. Diba? Hindi naman po sinabi dyan na must be a criminology graduate. Ayan. Although, syempre, priority yung pong ating mga criminology graduates po, no? Pero as long as you are a holder or you have graduated a 4-year degree course, okay, you are a holder of a baccalaureate degree. Okay? Letter E, must be eligible in accordance with the standards set by the commission. So, meron pong eligibility na isinet yung pong National Police Commission, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, ano po yung mga eligibility na yon? Yung pong pasado ka ng board examination, di ba? As provided under Republic Act number 6506 as repealed by Republic Act number 11131. Ayan, and the like. So we will discuss that later, yung pong mga eligibilities, no? Letter F, no, susunod, must not have been dishonorably discharged from the military employment or dismissed for a cause from any civilian position in the government. Okay? So, dapat hindi po dishonorably yung pag-discharge mo. It should be honorable dismissal. Okay? So, ibig sabihin na pwedeng nagsundalo, tapos aalis sa pagkasundalo, mag-a-apply ng PNP, yes, pwede po yon. But, you should be honorably discharged. Okay? Letter G, must not have been convicted by final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude. Yan, so hindi ka convicted sa anumang criminal offense. Napiktado po yung iyong moralidad, no? Then letter H, must be at least 1 meter and 62 centimeters for female. Okay, that is 5 feet in 4 inches in height, no, para sa lalaki, and 1 meter in 57 centimeter for or 1.57 meters, okay, or 1 meter and 57 centimeters para naman sa babae, or that is 5 feet and 2 inches, no? Ayan. Then letter I, must weigh not more or less than 5 kilograms from the standard weight corresponding to his or her height, age, and sex. Okay, yun po yung tinatawag nating body mass index. Okay? Ayan. So, lagpas 5 or kulang 5, yan, pwede pa po yun. Pero pagka more than 5 yung sobra doon po sa iyong body mass index, then therefore, you are no longer qualified under the general qualifications for appointment. Yung waiver, mamaya po natin, no? Ayan. Then letter J, for new applicant, must not be less than 21 years old, okay, nor more than 30 years of age. So tatandaan nyo po yan, napaka-importante po yan. Ibig sabihin yan, doon po sa time or yung pong date ng oath taking, dapat 21 anyos ka. Di ba? Yan, at hindi ka dapat lalagpas ng 30 years old. Take note, pag hindi ka pa nagbe-birthday ng pang 21 years old mo, you are still less than 21. Take note of that. No, pagka hindi ka pa nagbe-birthday naman ng pang 31 years old, you are still considered as 30 years old. Okay? Ayan. Then may dagdag pa, the above enumerated qualification shall be continuing in character, and the absence of any of them at any given time shall be ground for separation for retirement of service. Pag sinabi natin po mga kapangarap na continuing in character, ay kailangan pong i-maintain kahit na ikaw ay pulis na. Okay, so ano yung mga continuing in character dito? Yung pong educational qualifications at yung pong tinatawag po natin na weight, kasi kailangan pong i-maintain yun. Kahit na ikaw po ay pulis na, you should always maintain it. Okay? Ayan. Then, provided that PNP members who are already in the service upon the effectivity of Republic Act number 8551 or this act are given at least 2 more years to obtain minimum educational qualification and 1 year to satisfy the weight requirement. No? So, yun po ang nakasaad po dyan. Subalit, doon po sa Republic Act number 9708 ay binibigyan po yung pong ating kapulisan ng additional na 5 taong palugit para ma-attain yung minimum educational qualification. Okay? So yun po mga kapangarap, yung pong general qualifications for appointment. So wag nyo po yung kakalimutan, no? Ayan. Okay, so ano yung mga waivers for initial appointment, no? So ibig sabihin ito po ay iwi-waive, no? Iwi-waive. Ibig sabihin kahit na yung timbang mo ay sobra doon po sa nakasaad po sa general qualification, pwede ka bang ma-appoint? Okay, pwede. Kaso second priority na lamang, no? So under Section 15 of Republic Act number 8551, provide for the waivers for initial appointment to the PNP. Okay? Then, meron po itong order. Sabi dyan, the age, height, weight, and educational requirements for initial appointment to the PNP may be waived. Okay? May be waived only when the number of qualified applicants fall below the minimum annual quota. Meaning, kapag kulang po yung mga aplikante na nag-qualified, tsaka pa lang pwedeng pumasok yung pong mga may waiver, no? So ano yung mga pwedeng may waiver? May waiver sa age kasi more than 30 years old, may waiver sa height, may waiver sa weight, at may waiver sa educational requirements, no? So naka-arrange po 'yan, no? So ang uunahin po diyan ay yung pong munang may waiver sa age, susunod yung may waiver sa height, susunod yung may waiver sa weight, at last yung may waiver sa educational requirements. Okay? Provided that the applicant shall not below 20 years of age nor over 35. So tatandaan nyo sa waiver po doon po sa age ay not less than or not below 20 but not over 35 years of age, no? Pagka kasi yung general qualification, yung qualified talaga, not less than 21 but not more than 30. Pero kung magwi-waive po siya, no, not less than 20 but not more than 35 naman. Okay? Yan, provided further that any applicant not meeting the weight requirement shall be given reasonable time but not exceed po sa weight, no? Ayan, so kapag ka meron kang waiver sa weight, ilang buwan ang ibinibigay sa iyo para makuha mo ang tamang timbang mo dahil ikaw ay overweight, hindi po lalagpas, no, sa 6 na buwan within which to comply with the said requirement. Provided furthermore that only applicants who have finished second-year college have earned at least 72 collegiate units leading to bachelor's degree shall be eligible for appointment. Provided further that anybody who will enter in the service without baccalaureate degree shall be given a maximum of 4 years to obtain the required educational qualification. And provided finally that a waiver for height requirement shall be automatically granted to applicants belonging to the cultural communities. So tatandaan nyo, sino po ba yung pong mga automatically na nagagrant po ng height waiver to those members of the cultural communities or cultural minorities. Okay? So they are automatically granted for height waiver. Pero ang kanilang kailangan para mag-grant yung height waiver nila ay kailangan po sila na kumuha nung tinatawag nating Certificate of Indigency mula po sa tinatawag na National Commission on Indigenous People or yung pong Office of Muslim Affairs para sa kapatid nating mga Muslim. So tatandaan nyo po yon mga kapangarap. Okay? So sinong nagbibigay ng waiver sa age? Sinong nagbibigay ng waiver sa height? Ba? Sino ang nagga-grant ba ng waiver? Ang nagga-grant ng waiver mga kapangarap, kabalitaan at kakampi ay walang iba kundi yung pong NAPOLCOM lamang. Take note, pagka ang tanong, who grants waiver for appointment? The NAPOLCOM. Okay, NAPOLCOM is responsible for granting waivers. Either age man yan, height man yan, weight man yan, or educational requirements. Okay? So let us answer this question na nakuha po doon sa previous slide. Who among the following applicants will be prioritized if the number of qualified applicants will fall below the minimum quota? Diba? So, let us discuss, diba? Yung bang merong age waiver, diba? Yung bang may waiver sa height, diba? Or John Jones kaya na second year college, or Jeric who is 5 kilograms heavier corresponding to his or her height. So we have discussed earlier na sa prioritization, no, kung sino ang mauuna, yung pong munang may problema sa age, di ba? Ayan. So yung munang may problema sa age, ngayon pag may bakante pa, pwede nang pumasok yung may problema sa height, susunod yung may problema sa weight, then huli yung may problema sa educational attainment. At syempre, yung pong mauuna or yung maipa-priority ay yung pong mga mas kukonti po yung waiver. Kumbaga, kung si John Jones, dalawa yung waiver niya, for example, tapos si Johnny, isa lang ang waiver niya, syempre, mas mauunang papasok si Johnny. Ha? Ayan. So, kapag qualified kasi sa age, diba, not less than 21 but not more than 30. Pero yung pong mga may waiver is not less than 20 but not more than 35. Okay? Sa height naman, mga kapangarap, pagka may waiver, no? Pag may waiver po, you should not be less than 5 feet for female. Hindi porket may waiver ay yung pong 4 feet pwede nang pumasok sa pagka-PNP or sa PNP. No? And not less than 5'2" for male. Or pagka sa female, that is 1.52 meters. Tapos sa lalaki, 1.57 meters yung pong may waiver. No? Kasi ang qualified sa babae, 5'2". Ang qualified sa lalaki, 5'4". No? Ngayon, kapag ka magwi-waiver, pwedeng pagbigyan naman ng NAPOLCOM, pero dapat 5 feet sa babae, 5'2" naman sa lalaki. Okay? Ayan. But it can be lowered by the NAPOLCOM to those members of cultural minority. Okay? So, paano ba yung pong selection dito sa prioritization sa waiver for appointment? Tandaan nyo po yung acronym na AHWE. Okay? So, una po yung may waiver muna sa age, susunod yung may waiver sa height, susunod po yung may waiver sa weight, then huli po yung may waiver sa educational attainment. Okay? Ayan. So, kanina na-discuss natin yung pong sabi doon must be eligible para ma-appoint. Okay? So, let us proceed to the eligibilities. Okay? The following are eligibilities for patrolman except A. Must be honor pursuant to PD number 907. B. Must finish education pursuant to Republic Act number 6506. Letter C. Must be a bar member pursuant to Republic Act number 1080. Or D. Must possess 12 masteral unit of public safety. So ano ang hindi kasama dyan sa eligibilities? Yan ay Delta. Okay, pag sinabi nating eligibility, ito po yung mga pwede nyong gamitin, okay, na eligibility para makapasok po. no, sa PNP because PNP is a government office. So ano yung mga eligibility requirements na pwedeng gamitin? Isa lang po dyan, mga kapangarap. So the eligibility requirements to be qualified to enter in the PNP as per NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular number 2007-009. Okay, letter A, NAPOLCOM PNP entrance exam. Ayan. So pagka pumasa ka ng NAPOLCOM, kahit hindi ka pasado ng board exam, basta graduate ka ng criminology, pwede ka na bang mag PNP? Yes, pwede. No? Kasi isa nga lang dyan ang kailangan mo para makapag-police. No? Ayan. So second is second eligibility or yung pong career service professional, CSC. No? Yung pong second or professional po yan, ano? Sa civil service exam. Republic Act number 6506, that is the law which created the Board of Criminology, meaning board passer as provided under number 6506 as amended or repealed by 11131, Board Exam for Criminology. Ang maganda sa Board Exam for Criminology, under 6506, you are eligible from the rank of patrolman to the rank of police lieutenant colonel. No? Then Delta, Republic Act number 1080, bar and other board examination courses, no? So kung pasado ng bar exam, eligible ba na magpulis? Yes. At pwede pang pumasok sa PNP via lateral entry, no? Ayan. Then pagka teacher ba ay pwedeng pumasok sa PNP? Yes, as provided under Memorandum Circular number 2007-009. And echo, ito yung maganda po sa inyong mga tagapakinig na mga estudyante pa lamang dahil meron pa kayong chance na makuha ito. Okay, so ano yon? PD number 907. Yan po yung college honor with or college graduate with honors. Diba? Pagka nag-graduate ka na cum laude, diba? Magna cum laude or summa cum laude, then pwede kang pumasok sa PNP gamit po yon na eligibility mo. So anong gagawin mo? Pumunta ka lang sa pinakamalapit na civil service office, kunin mo po yung pong eligibility mo doon po sa civil service. Okay? Yan, kasi exempted po yung pong mga college graduate with honors sa civil service exam to enter in the government service, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so tatandaan nyo po yung mga eligibility requirements na yan, no? Ayan, so isa lang po ang kailangan dyan. Okay? Yan. So tanong, sir, pagka ako ba ay pumasa ng board exam for criminology, pwede na po akong magpulis? Yes, absolutely. Ayan, as provided under number 6506 and 11131. Yan. So let's proceed now to the appointment of PNP personnel. Sino ba ang may kapangyarihan para mag-appoint? No? Ayan, kapag ka ang rango po ay PO1 to PO4, ito po yung lumang rango, no, under Republic Act number 6975 as amended, syempre, okay? Ayan, or sa ngayon, sa under ng Republic Act number 11131, ang rango na yan ay patrolman hanggang sa ranggong police, executive, master, sergeant. Diba? Ayan. So, sino po ang nag-a-appoint ng patrolman or PO1 hanggang is PO4 or yung police, executive, master, sergeant? Okay, sa region. Kung sa region ka nag-apply, ang mag-a-appoint sa'yo is the PNP Regional Director for regional personnel. Or sa national headquarters, ang nag-a-appoint po ay yung pong Chief PNP. Okay, so para mas maliwanag, ganito po yon. Pagka po sa Krami ka nag-apply, national headquarters po yon, no? Kahit patrolman ang rango mo, ang mag-a-appoint sa'yo si Chief PNP. Pero kapag ka nag-apply ka sa Region 3, sa Magalang, Pampanga, then sino ang mag-a-appoint sa'yo? Yung pong PNP Regional Director. Sino naman ang mag-a-attest na or magpapatunay na ikaw po ay naging government employee, no? Sa panahon na itinaas mo ang kamay mo, no? So, yung pong Civil Service Commission. Tandaan nyo po yon, no? So, may nag-a-appoint, may nag-a-attest. Okay? Pagka ang rank naman ay inspector to superintendent, or that is Police Lieutenant hanggang po sa Police Lieutenant Colonel who have the power to appoint, that is the Chief PNP. Okay, Chief PNP na po, no? Pagka Inspector to Superintendent or Police Lieutenant to Police Lieutenant Colonel. Kahit sa probinsya ba naka-assign? Yes. Kahit sa headquarters or national headquarters naka-assign, Chief PNP pa rin mag-a-appoint? Yes, no? Ayan, as recommended by their immediate supervisor and attested pa rin ng Civil Service Commission. Okay? Para sa ranggo naman na Senior Superintendent or yung Police Colonel hanggang sa Deputy Director General or yung pong Police Lieutenant General. Sino na ang nag-a-appoint? The President upon the recommendation of the Chief PNP with the endorsement of the Civil Service Commission, and it should be with the confirmation of the Commission on Appointment. So tatandaan nyo po yung pong nag-a-appoint, okay? Ano yung trabaho ng Commission on Appointment? Ano yung trabaho po ng Civil Service Commission? No? So tatandaan niyo po 'yon, no? Ayan. Pagka sa rank naman na Director General or yung pong Police General ngayon, no? So Police General or the highest rank na, sinong nag-a-appoint? The President. From among the most senior officers down to the rank of Chief Superintendent or yung pong Police Brigadier General. Okay? So meaning, pag nag-a-appoint yung Presidente, pwede siyang mamili mula sa 1-star General to 3-star General para po maging Chief PNP. Okay? Or Police General. Yan. So ang nag-a-appoint, tandaan nyo, ang Director General. Okay? Sinong nag-a-appoint? President. Among the most senior officers of PNP down to the rank of Chief Superintendent with in the service subject to the confirmation pa rin ng Commission on Appointment. So kung titingnan natin, ilang tao ang nag-a-appoint, you have the Regional Director, Chief PNP, and President. Okay, so tatandaan nyo po yon, mga kapangarap. So kung ikaw ay criminology graduate at mag-a-apply ka sa Metro Manila, sa National Headquarters sa Camp Crame, sino mag-a-appoint sa'yo? Chief PNP. Yung classmate mo nag-apply po sa Regional Office sa Pampanga, then sinong mag-a-appoint? Yan po ay yung pong Regional Director. Okay? So yun po mga kapangarap, yung pong appointing authorities, those who have the power to appoint personnel of the Philippine National Police. Okay? Ayan. So, let us proceed to the lateral entry. Okay? Ayan. Pagka sinabing lateral entry, yun po yung civilian, diretso ka po doon po sa pagka-opisyal. Hindi ka po dadaan sa tinatawag na rose from the rank, hindi mo dadaanan lahat. Okay? Pwede pong from civilian to PNP officer or PNP PNP commissioned officer, no? Yan. Or from PNP, that is PO3 or police staff sergeant, no? Tapos malalateral ka, malalaktaw ka ng rango, diretso po sa police lieutenant. Okay? So yan. So let us discuss. Criminologists can be lateral to the rank of inspector pag may vacancy or yung pong police lieutenant. Pwedeng malateral, no? Ang criminologist. If there are vacancies, a judge in the rank of letter A, inspector or police lieutenant, B, senior inspector or police captain, C, chief inspector or police major, D, superintendent or police lieutenant colonel. Ang judge po abogado. 'Di ba? Bago nag-judge yan, judge kasi position yan. Bago nag-judge, abogado muna. Yan. So pagka siya ay magpupulis, syempre aalis siya bilang judge. Pagkatapos po ay mag-a-apply siya bilang pulis. Anong natira doon sa kanyang pangalan? Pag umalis siya sa kanyang position, yung pong kanyang profession, which is attorney. Okay? So, saan siya malalateral? Sa rango po na senior inspector or police captain, kapitan. Okay? So, ano yung mga profession na pwedeng pumasok sa ranggong police captain, mga kapangarap? Ito lang po yung mga profession na pwedeng pumasok sa police captain via lateral entry. You have chaplain, yan, yung pong priest, imam, and pastor, medical lawyer, medical doctor, doctor of medicine, and of course, you have lawyers. So sa chaplain, may tatlo pong pasok dito, yung pong priest, imam, and pastor. Sa medical doctor, marami pong pwedeng tawag, no? Kasi baka pag lumabas sa board exam, pwede po kayong lituhin. Pwede po nilang gamitin yung pong mga term na licensed physician, coroner, isang doktor na expert sa pag-autopsy, pediatric, surgeon, and the like. Those are doctors. Pero sa PNP, ang kailangan syempre ay yung pong coroner, no? Then, sa lawyers naman, pwedeng gamitin na terminology ay attorney, prosecutors, that is a position of course, IBP member or Integrated Bar of the Philippine Members, IBP, judges, then members of the Public Attorney's Office. Yan. Okay? Pagka-graduate ng PNPA naman, saan po sila malalateral? Sa ranggo po na police, lieutenant, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so yun po yung lateral entry. Appointment to the PNP, okay, from civilian to police commission officer or from member of PNP who is non-commissioned to the commission officer of the Philippine National Police. Okay? So yan. So hindi po siya dadaan ng lahat ng ranggo or yung tinatawag na rose from the rank, no? Lalaktaw ng ranggo. Yan. So that is provided under NAPOLCOM Circular 2013-005. Okay? So let us proceed to the third topic, which is the classification of appointment. So ano nga ba yung classification of appointment? Under the law, no, 6975 and 8551, dalawa po ang klase ng appointment. Number 1 is temporary appointment. Number 2 is permanent appointment. Okay? Kapag ka ang appointment mo ay temporary, ang status mo po ay probationary. Diba? So, pagka naman ang appointment mo ay permanent, ang status mo, career status. Diba? So, temporary appointments, kanino ibinibigay? It shall be issued to a newly appointed PO1 who meets the required minimum qualification except the training requirement, which is the PNP Field Training Program or FTP, which shall be composed of the Public Safety Basic Recruit Course or PSBRC and field training exercises. Such temporary appointment shall not exceed 12 months to be reckoned or to be considered from the date it was issued. So, hindi daw po dapat lalagpas sa 12 buwan yung pong temporary appointment. Kasi dito po matitrain yung pong ating mga miyembro ng PNP. Diba? Yung mga bago. Okay? Ayan. So, yun po yung 6 months sa loob ng training center na kung saan tuturuan po sila ng theories at saka pagka yung pong mga excess na oras ay para po sa kanilang exercises. Pagkatapos lalabas po sila, 6 months ulit sa labas, then para po sila turuan po sa primary line unit ng PNP, which is Traffic Investigation and Patrol. Yan. So, tandaan nyo, within 12 months, ang appointment ay temporary. Okay? Then, permanent appointment, it shall be issued to PO1 after the completion, na-comply, natapos, big sabihin nun, after the completion of the required PNP FTP or Field Training Program for 12 months involving the actual experience in assignment in patrol, traffic, and investigation. Yan. So, pagkayari na po ng training yan sa labas at saka sa loob ng training center. Okay, sa loob ng training center, 6 na buwan po kasi doon. Tapos, paglabas ulit, 6 na buwan ulit na kung saan sasanayin po yung mga pulis sa labas sa Traffic Investigation Patrol as the primary line unit of the Philippine National Police. Yan. Then, Section 17, Nature of Appointment under Waiver Program. Okay, so ano nga ba yung nature of appointment under waiver program nakasaad sa Section 17 of Republic Act number 8551? Any uniformed personnel who is admitted due to a waiver of educational or weight requirement shall be issued a temporary appointment pending to the satisfaction of the requirement waived. Any member who will fail to satisfy any waive requirements within the specified time period within Section 13 of this Act shall be dismissed from service. Okay, di ba sa weight, sabi natin, no? Kailangan ikaw ay bibigyan lamang ng hindi hihigit sa 6 na buwan. So pagka hindi mo po natapos yon, no, hindi mo nakuha yung tamang timbang mo sa 6 na buwan, anong mangyayari? Then tatanggalin ka sa serbisyo. You will be separated from service. Pagka sa education naman, pagka 72 units kang pumasok, ilang taon ang ibinibigay? 4 na taon para matapos mo po yung pong minimum educational qualification noon sa RA number 8551. Diba? Then, Section 18, reapplication of dismissed PNP members under waiver program. Paano pagka na-dismiss ka dahil hindi mo nakuha yung tamang timbang mo o kaya hindi ka natapos sa pag-aaral? Anong mangyayari? Pwede ka pa bang mag-apply? Okay, under Section 18, pwede daw. So, any member who shall be dismissed under a waiver program shall be eligible to reapply for appointment in the PNP, provided, subalit, no, pwede ka pang mag-apply, subalit, sa pangalawang apply mo, dapat meron ka ng minimum qualification under Section 14 ng RA number 8551 para sa reappointment at hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin yung waiver. Ibig sabihin, yung waiver po sa education at saka sa weight ay minsan lang pwedeng gamitin mga kapangarap. Okay? Ayan po. So kung ang tanong, pwede mag-reapply ang natanggal dahil sa waiver, the answer is yes. No, considering that in his second application, he should possess the minimum qualifications. Ayan, so maraming salamat sa inyong walang kawang pakikinig at pagsuporta, no, at pagsubaybay dito po sa ating subject na Law Enforcement Organization and Administration. Okay? So kung meron kang nagustuhan at sa tingin mo ay pwedeng makatulong sa iyong ibang classmates or meron silang mapupulot na aral, then pwede mong i-like at pwede mong i-share at huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at pindutin yung pong bell button. At syempre pindutin mo yung all para ikaw po ay ma-update kapag meron pong mga bagong videos na aking i-upload para sa subject na ito. Okay, once again, thank you very much and God bless us all.